So if I was new to marketing, fundraising, like let's say I'm just a young founder and I'm trying to figure out how to get people's attention to raise money. What should I do? What should I look at, Jeff? And my answer to that question would be to start looking at politics. Literally, look at the politics and the marketing of those right now. Seriously, go look at it. And this doesn't matter what side you're on. Just the idea of it. An amazing resource that I learned a bunch of stuff on is a podcast called Pod Save America. Now, again, it's going to be liberal leaning. Again, get rid of that. But there's unbelievable insights of marketing, movements, YouTube videos, ads, script writing. All of it is because you've got to basically become sticky, get into people's minds. And when you see how much these campaigns are spending and how many touch points, I counted the other day, I had over 300 emails from Democratic people in one day, right? Like, on top of the ads, on top of, marketing messages, on top of, you've got, influencer marketing happening in the space. You've got paid ads, you've got TV advertising, you've got podcast creations, right? You've got clip. You just start to see like how you get these touch points. One of the biggest lessons I learned was the idea of your external network and your internal network, right? And where agency comes from, right? So, especially in the investment space, it's like, where do those investors come from? And they typically come from your inner space, right? Them, LinkedIn DM them, WhatsApp them, right? They're in your network that you have power and agency over that. That's really where investment comes from in these campaigns. Your external sphere of influence is, I put out a press release. I did some clips, right? All of that is just about staying in people's face, reminding people, never letting them forget about you, right? So I don't get investors from a social media post or a like a LinkedIn post out there, something organic. That's just about staying present, staying up to speed on stuff. So you're always moving people from that external sphere of influence into your internal. And that is politics 101, right? So when I talk about cold email, that's the equivalent of like door knocking, right? It's like, hey, we're going to go to this area that has voted a certain way for the last 20 years. We're going to go knock on their doors and just make sure that, they're going to show out. Similar to cold email, like we cold email a lot of old investor data. It's like, hey, at least I know they have invested, or maybe they have a Start Engine or a WeFunder account. It's like, that's about it. I don't know if they're going to invest in you, but that just like, I don't know if they're going to, vote your way, but at least, hey, they voted this certain way. It seems like we're looking through the data, right? How these big political machines use data, right? Same thing happens in our space, right? Like, are you retargeting them? Are you, do you have a tool like Snitcher or RB2B on your page that you can retarget them, right? Like that exists. You're building out lookalike audiences for your paid ads. Well, what's the old data? What are you loading up, right? So I'm telling you, if I was a founder and I was in my 20s and I was starting a business and I did not know much or how this world works, I would look at political campaigns and I would study them and study them and study them and then mimic what they're doing inside of my fundraising campaigns. All right, if you're thinking about doing a raise, reach out. Go to preipohype.com right now. You'll connect with me. Let's get on a conversation later.